If you consider yourself a Sigma male, this might hurt a little bit. Actually, it won't, because Sigma males would never feel emotional about the truth. There is a popular but wrong notion that Sigma men are ironclad and not vulnerable in any way. Such men don't exist. While these men are able to achieve a high level of character and discipline, they are still very much vulnerable if you pay enough attention. There are downsides to being a Sigma man, and most of it are not so obvious. Let's go through some of these weaknesses and understand why it is so. If you are conscious of your personal development as a man, subscribe to this channel. Here are 8 weaknesses of Sigma men you probably never noticed. Number 1. They are likely to ignore their health. Ronnie Coleman is a man that shows a lot of the Sigma characteristics. He is a lone wolf who carved his own path in the bodybuilding world. He was also brutally honest, and you would realize he was not big on doing things to please anyone. Ronnie Coleman was super focused on his goals and isolated himself to achieve those goals. This shows that indeed Ronnie's personality is predominantly Sigma. Like a true Sigma male, Ronnie Coleman embraced pain so much, he kept working out at his maximum, even when he was suffering from excruciating back pain. He ignored the pain and continued training for many years. In the end, it was discovered that Ronnie had been managing a severely injured spine that he just never gave any serious attention. This almost crippled him after retirement. Sigma men are in danger of damaging their health because of their super-focused nature. These men are likely to forget about food because they are busy. They are likely to ignore pains in their bodies because they have a mission to complete. This is why jobs and sports that require great endurance are dominated by Sigma men. They have an uncanny ability to focus on the goal and ignore their suffering. So while it helps them accomplish what others cannot achieve, it also puts them in danger of losing their precious men. Men who are more social are likely to pay more attention to their well-being because they have lots of input from their family and friends, and are likely to be compelled to see a doctor. Another reason why the risk is higher for Sigma men is that they don't like complaining to anyone. So if something is wrong, they try to suck it up instead of sharing. If you are a Sigma male, this is a call for you to pay a little more attention to your well-being and stop sucking all the pain up. 2. Sigma men are often slow. The personality of Sigma men can often be interpreted as introverted. They are certainly not extroverts. The reserved personality of Sigma men means they take their time before they talk or act. It is actually a sign of their high intelligence. This is not flattery. Sigma men are really smart. The Sigma mindset tasks the brain and unlocks its potential. There are many reasons why some smart people take a long time to articulate their thoughts before speaking. One reason is that they tend to be flexible in their thinking, can adapt to changes, manage their emotions, and think before they act. Another reason is that they have a deep thirst for knowledge and tend to analyze things deeply and from different perspectives. And you may be surprised to find out that Sigma men often find it hard to express their thoughts. Sometimes, they end up not saying anything because they believe they won't be understood. Number 3. Vulnerable to betrayals. Sigma men don't trust easily, but it is actually possible to gain their trust. And once this trust is given, it is truly given. Sigma men are not two-faced. If they like you, they go all in, and if they don't like you, they won't be shy about letting you know. So once these men bring anyone into their inner circle, they really commit. There is an obvious danger here, as you may have guessed. It opens them up for betrayal. As humans will always be humans, it is usually a question of time for someone to take undue advantage of the Sigma male's trust. The case of Sigma males is unique when it comes to betrayals. These men can be mysterious and very secretive, but that is to those who are not close to them. As for their close allies, Sigma males are as plain as an open book. They simply don't hide or pretend. They would expect loyalty because they believe in comradeship, because to them, what is the essence of friendship when there is no trust? While it may be hard or impossible for con artists to con a Sigma man, it can be very easy for their trusted friends. But be warned, Betraying a Sigma man may not end well. These men can be vengeful. They may forgive, but they don't forget. As a wise man once said, forgive others, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Sigma men may move on for their own peace, but once their trust is broken, it is impossible to regain. Betray a Sigma man, and he will cut you out without thinking twice about it. 4. Not compromising can be a problem. If you say Sigma males are too stringent, you would be right. While it is great because it means they are predictably consistent, reliable, and uncompromising. But the world is not black and white. There are lots of shades of gray in between. Sometimes compromise is the only way or best way forward. Most Sigma males see diplomacy as being dishonest, and they are technically right. Diplomacy often means telling lies, which Sigma men are not too comfortable with. They prefer damning the consequences. These men are capable of telling the truth even in very sensitive situations. This is why you see a lot of these men speaking up on social media and getting banned. They just come out and say things as it is and don't care if anyone does not like what they say. In the end, they get banned or canceled. This is not just true for social media, but true in all their interactions. Sometimes the price may be steeper than they intend. 5. Sigmas can be stubborn. It can be pretty hard to deal with Sigma men because they can be rock-headed. This is especially true when they are right, and they know it. The worst part is they practice silent aggression, meaning they can show hostility without even engaging in an argument or fight. Sigma men have no problem cutting off a relationship when they are convinced they need to. One of the problems here is Sigma men always want to reach a logical conclusion. Remember that they hate compromising. To a Sigma man, compromise is not a solution. He would wonder why you want him to compromise when the issue can be concluded. If there is a disagreement, the Sigma male believes the only way forward is to resolve it and not expect any party to just compromise and move on. 6. Sigmas are often overburdened. Sigma men have a strong sense of duty which often puts them at a disadvantage. If a Sigma man works in an organization, he would most likely work the hardest. They do not give half measures, and for these men, focusing on the job just comes naturally. They do not allow distraction. They would not participate in office politics. All they want is to hit their goals. Because of this, it is easy for other members of the organization to push most of the work to the Sigma male. Sigma men believe that what needs to be done has to be done. They would not slack or pretend to be busy. This is also true when they are part of a family. They would likely take as many responsibilities as they can without complaining. A Sigma male would not fold his arms and watch anyone he cares about fail. He would try to help as much as he could. He is that dad that would work extra hours and go the extra mile for everyone and would never complain. In the end, Sigma men carry more responsibilities than they should and may be negatively impacted. 7. They refuse to compete. Sigma men don't like competing. This is especially true when they think the people involved don't worth their time. They hate being compared to other men. These men want to be recognized and respected for who they are, not how they compare to other men. Unfortunately, this can be a disadvantage. Sigma men would turn down leadership positions because they don't think it is worth their time. They would usually keep quiet and chuckle to themselves when they feel an argument is not worth their time. If you have not realized it, Sigma men have big egos just like alpha males. But unlike alpha men, Sigma males refuse to get involved in a lot of competitive situations. 8. Does too much at a time. Sigma men often feel unsatisfied with their output. They often feel they should be doing more. Their favorite activity is to think. They love having a challenge. Their brains are like wild horses that need to run free. When they don't have any mental tasks, they feel incomplete. These men love musing. They are most likely musing over something as they eat, shower, and they would think themselves to sleep. Talking about sleep, most Sigma men sleep late, which is bad overall for them. but they tend to engage in too much that they are often busy when others are asleep. They are also likely to wake up early. Their superactive minds are the reason why Sigma men hardly get bored. While other people are complaining of boredom, the Sigma male wishes he could have more time to himself. While this habit helps them to be successful, it often affects their ability to get enough rest. These weaknesses are based on the Sigma male's unique personality. Sometimes it works to their advantage, but it can also be to their detriment. Awareness of these weaknesses can help the Sigma male unlock his potential. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and watch this one as well.